Hello, children. I welcome you to the geography session of the chapter Natural Resources, Natural Vegetation, and Wildlife. Natural vegetation means vegetation which grows on its own without any human efforts. Now, vegetation is so very important because it provides oxygen, it provides food, it binds the soil particles together, preventing soil erosion, leaching. It provides natural habitat to animals. The trees they retard the flow of water. When the flow of water is retarded and decelerated, water is allowed to seep underground. So it helps to recharge the water table. It provides variety of commercial products such as timber, rubber, resin, etc. Now, in different regions, in different climatic conditions, distinct and different types of plants and animals are found. This is known as biome. So, what is biome basically? Different types of plants and animals are found in different environmental conditions. Now, biomes are found on land as well as in water. Now, vegetation to a large extent depends upon climatic conditions, sunlight, amount of rainfall received, relief features, other microorganisms, other organisms. Now let's discuss about some important types of forests. Tropical evergreen forests. These are found in the region where there is extreme climate with means it's extremely hot with excessive rainfall. Due to high temperature and excessive rainfall, the growth is really high. So tropical evergreen forests are found in those areas which are close to the equator. The weather remains hot and wet throughout the year, and due to which the trees which grow here are very thick and dense, and they form a canopy high above, and they do not allow much sunlight to enter, because if more sunlight will enter, then the plants would you know would be adversely affected. So they grow very close to each other and they develop canopy to prevent penetration of sunlight. Then these trees are known as evergreen because throughout the year they bear the trees. They do not shed all their leaves in any particular season. Now, hardwood trees like rubber, ebony, rosewood, mahogany, they all are found in these areas. They are found in Malaysia, in Southeast Asia, parts of Philippines, Zaire Basin in Africa, and the Amazon Basin. In the Amazon Basin, these forests are known as selvas. Now, let's discuss about tropical evergreen or temperate evergreen forests. Temperate evergreen forests are found in the warm temperate regions. Now, these are temperate regions. Temperate means these are not exactly equatorial regions, these are temperate regions. That means far away from equator. Here also we get evergreen forests. Now, India has these temperate evergreen forests. China, parts of southeastern USA, southeastern Australia, Japan, they have these temperate evergreen forests. The trees which are found here are walnut, pine, oak, mulberry. Then deciduous forests. Deciduous means they shed all their leaves in a particular season, that is in autumn. Now, deciduous forests are found on a large scale in India, then Europe, Canada, USA, Japan, China. These trees are of course not very tall because these are found in the areas where there is moderate rainfall and moderate kind of climate, and they have broad leaves, they have thick trunks, they can survive the temperature even below 0 degrees Celsius, and they shed all their leaves in one season, that is autumn. The examples are maple, birch, redwood, etc. Now, coniferous forests are found in those areas where it's extremely cold. It's extremely cold, and the trees bear the needle-shaped leaves, needle-like leaves. The leaves are sliding in nature. They slide off the snow, so that snow doesn't harm the leaves. Or sometimes they have those cone shaped leaves to store to store the snow, so that snow doesn't harm them. And they are softwood trees which are used for making matchstick, paper, furniture, sports goods, plywood, etc. So these are needle shaped leaves. Sometimes they are cone shaped. The leaves are broad to slide off snow. And the main varieties of these softwood trees are cedar, fir, pine, spruce, etc. These forests are also known as taiga. What are coniferous forests also known as taiga? So see, tropical evergreen forests of Amazon were known as selva. The coniferous forests are known as taiga. Now, tropical grasslands. Grasslands are found near the rainforest only, near the tropical evergreen forest only. But then they receive moderate rainfall, and grass is here, and grass is very thin and sparse here. Now, in tropical grasslands, the grass is far away from each other. So that means there is a lot of space between the grasses, and these grasslands are known as savanna. Savanna means there is a lot of space between the grasses, and these are located in Guiana Highlands in South America, Brazilian Highlands, Sudan, and northern Australia. Temperate grasslands. Temperate grasslands are found in those areas. See, temperate means not very hot. So it is actually very cold here in temperate grasslands, and there's moderate rainfall. So they are found in Canada. It's very cold there. South Africa, South America, Eurasia. It is known as steppes in Eurasia, prairies in North America, downs in Australia, wells in South Africa, pampas in South America. So, steppes in Eurasia, prairies of North America, downs in Australia, wells in South Africa, pampas in South America. These grasslands are used for cattle rearing, cultivation of wheat, maize on a large scale. Now, we have Forest Research Institute in Dehradun, which conducts surveys about the forest and helps in proper forest management. It helps to prevent forest fire. Then if I talk of tundra vegetation is found in those areas which are at high altitude and extremely cold. So cold, near the Arctic Circle or near the Antarctic Circle, that here only, the vegetation which is grown is lichens, mosses, some short shrubs. Proper trees do not develop here, only the short plants, the short shrubs like willow trees, junipers, birches, they grow here. Desert vegetation. Now, desert can be hot also, desert can be cold also. Now, desert is a place which receives very scanty and less rainfall. Due to dearth of rainfall, the vegetation which is grown here is very less. Mainly thorny bushes grow, cactus grow, then dates grow. Of course, we need to conserve our natural vegetation. We need to stop deforestation. We need to do reforestation and afforestation. We need to protect the forest from fires. We need to discourage shifting cultivation, where the farmers burn a particular piece of land, then they move to some other place, they cause pollution. Then we need to inculcate in the children only the feeling of Van Mahotsav. Every time there's a good occasion, you want to celebrate it, why not plant a tree? Increasing population is a major concern. Population explosion. As the population is increasing, there is more demand for food, there is more demand for housing, there is more demand for industries, schools. Since We do not have land, so we cut down the forest land to build our own houses, causing ecological imbalance, snatching away the livelihood of the plants and the animals. Wildlife refers to the various species of animals that live in their natural surroundings. Now, there is ecological balance in the environment, but then our human activities are our human activities are disturbing this ecological balance. Our human activities is disturbing this ecological balance. Now, South America is the richest continent in terms of wildlife. It contains reptiles, snakes, mammals, birds, flightless birds also. Now, Africa is also famous for variety of animals. Australia has many unique animals. Marsupials are there, like kangaroos are there, right? Kangaroos produce marsupial animals means the animals that produce very malnourished babies, and so they keep them in their pouch so that they get nutrition. Emu is a flightless bird which is found in Australia. Laughing jackass is found in Australia. Then Antarctica does not possess any variety of wildlife, but then penguins are there, right? Snow petrel, a white dove is there. Seals are there, albatross are there. Europe is known for sheep, wolves, foxes, rabbits, nightingales. North America is known for foxes, mountain lions, bear. 4th December is celebrated as Wildlife Day to remind us that we need to conserve the wildlife. We share the earth with this wildlife. We are not the owners of the earth. And CITES, that is the Convention on International Trade in Endangered Species of Wild Fauna and Flora, is an international agreement between the governments. It states that we need to say no to the forest products which harm the wildlife, the flora and fauna. Right, like you cannot use the tusk of elephant anymore, because for that elephants are killed, they are harmed. The skin of the animals. National parks, wildlife sanctuaries, biological reserves have to be made to conserve wildlife and natural vegetation. Many animals have become extinct, many are vulnerable, many are endangered. It is high time that we conserve our natural heritage. With this, I wind up the chapter. Thank you and have a great day ahead.